Hi, I'm the Tabletop Teacher, and in this video, I'll talk about the standard damage power, Outwit. Outwit is identified by a black background on the damage value. You want to hit an invulnerable character, but you don't have a power that can deal penetrating damage, and your character can only deal a couple of clicks? Well, you outwit that character's invulnerability, and he's all yours. Now you can deal damage with a successful attack. You're worried an opposing character might use mind control on one of yours during his next turn? Outwit it, and you'll be safe from that attack for that turn. A powerful giant is holding a heavy object, and you want her to drop it? Outwit her super strength, and that dumpster falls to the ground. If you've seen the other videos from this series, you'll have noticed that I've never mentioned Outwit as a way to counter powers. The reason is this: I would have been saying this over and over and over again. You can counter almost any power or combat ability with Outwit. Outwit is a free action that allows you to counter one power or combat ability possessed by a single opposing character. To use this power, you must be able to draw a line of fire to your target and must be within range. Characters that normally have no range have a range of 6 when using Outwit. No attack roll is needed and no action token is given. It is an instant hit free action. And the power is countered until the beginning of your next turn. So if your opponent is dealt damage and still has the outwitted power on the dial, it remains countered. It won't come back until your next turn. Here's an example. A DEO agent outwits Metallo's invincibility. It's a free action, so he can still attack. He does, hits, and deals 2 damage to Metallo. Now, since Metallo's invincibility was countered with Outwit, both clicks of damage are dealt. 2 clicks later, Metallo still has invincible on his dial, but it remains countered by the DEO agent's Outwit. So Martian Manhunter can also attack Metallo and deal him full damage. So you see how Outwit can be an immensely useful power to have. It can really throw a wrench in your opponent's strategy. You can even outwit an opposing character's Outwit. This allows you to protect a power you're counting on for your next turn. It's good strategy to have at least one character on your force that can use Outwit right at the beginning of the game. But you can't outwit everything. You can't outwit team abilities or traits, only powers and combat abilities that a character possesses. Note that improved movement and improved targeting are combat abilities, so they can be outwitted. And you can also outwit things like flight, carry, and indomitable. Great or tiny size and multi-attack can't be countered though. But don't worry, you don't have to remember all of the exceptions by heart. The descriptions of each combat ability found on the Powers and Abilities card clearly indicates which combat abilities can or cannot be countered. Some very special characters are essentially immune to Outwit. You cannot counter powers or combat abilities of characters with the Quintessence or Power Cosmic team ability. These are usually extremely powerful, epic characters like Eclipso, the Beyonders, Solaris, and Zombie Galactus. More often than not, there's only like 1 or 2 of these characters per set, and they're often super rare or chase figures. An important thing to note about Outwit is that you cannot use it midway through another action. Lex Luthor here is planning a running shot on Superman. He'd like to outwit Superman's invincibility, but he can't because this wall blocks his line of fire before his running shot starts. And he can't use Outwit midway through his running shot either. Running shot has to resolve before Lex can be given another action. Some characters have interesting variants of Outwit. Kingpin can use it as if he occupied the square of a friendly character he shares a keyword with, in effect extending the range and line of fire of his Outwit power. Aquaman can use it on swimmers anywhere on the map, regardless of line of fire or range. Do you have a favorite character that can use Outwit? Do you have a special Outwit strategy? Share your ideas in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Tabletop Teacher, and thanks for playing with me.